We're back. This time we're taking a look at the OP prize for the Year of Hell event, the USS Bellerophon, and we'll get right in and take a look. We have our standard Intrepid-class dial, same one that came with Voyager, so no worries about mixing them up. There we have our Intrepid-class. Looking at the dial, I'm curious, I don't remember if the Voyager had a 1 forward on there, but this one's missing the 1 forward. You have your 1 banks, everything in the 2s and 3s, and all the way up to a 6 forward. It's a very fast ship, very maneuverable. Just missing that 1 forward, which just seems odd. There we have our named Bellerophon. 4 attack, 2 agility, 4 hull, 5 shield. 1 tech upgrade, 2 weapon upgrades, 2 crew upgrades for 30 points. Evasive target lock, scan, and battle station. And the ability is when defending during the compare results step, you may disable 2 of your active shields to cancel 1 of the attacking ship's hit results. Pretty close to the emergency force field resource card that we got. Then we have our generic Intrepid class ship. You lose 1 shield and 1 crew upgrade for 28 points. For captains, we have William Ross. Captain skill is 6, 1 elite talent for 4 points. As an action, you can target a ship within range 1 to 2 that's in your forward firing arc. If the target ship attacks this round, that ship rolls 1 less attack die. Kinda useful. Not so much as a captain. Nice thing about him is that he's also an admiral. Gives you a +2 to your captain skill. Still get 1 elite talent for 4 points. And then that action becomes a fleet action. It's a little more useful. Still nothing super, but it's at least more useful in that respect. Then we have our generic Federation captain. Captain skill of 1 for 0 points. Next we have our elite talent, which is section 31. 3 points. And interesting of note, it's independent upgrade. At any time you may discard this card to achieve the effect of spending either a battle station, evasive, or target lock token, as if you spent the appropriate token from beside your ship. Can only use the target lock effect for re-rolling dice, so you can't activate like a torpedo or a secondary weapon with it. Definitely an interesting one. The fact that it's independent kind of hurts it. If it was a Federation one, it'd be pretty nice for what it does. Being independent, it's going to cost you an extra point to use, so there's that to keep in mind, but still could be useful to basically get that whatever token you need when you need it for 3 points. For crew upgrades, we have Luther Sloan. He's also independent, 3 points. You do not pay a faction penalty when assigning this card to a Federation ship. During the planning phase, after all ships have been assigned a maneuver dial, you may discard this card to look at up to 3 ships' maneuver dials. You may then change your own maneuver. Kind of an interesting upgrade. Never much cared for this guy in the show, but that ability kind of fits him. 3-point discard, definitely doable considering what he does. Being able to look at your opponent's dials and then change your own maneuver definitely has its advantages. For weapon upgrades, we have Tri-Cobalt Device. 6 points, attack value is 6, range 2 to 3. Spend your target lock and discard this card to perform the attack, so it's only 1 use. You may fire this weapon from your forward fire arc only, and it costs 4 extra points for any ship other than an Intrepid class, meaning you can put it on Voyager as well, which is kind of nice. Basically, it's a 6-point secondary weapon, 1 use. Not terrible. Not great either. There's torpedoes that are almost as powerful that are reusable, so can be useful in certain situations, but definitely other options out there that are just as useful, if not more. For tech upgrades, we have variable geometry pylons, 5 points. Before you move, you can disable this card to increase your speed by 1 or decrease your speed by 1. If you do this, treat the maneuver as a white maneuver. You cannot perform any actions on the round you use this ability. Upgrade can only be purchased for an Intrepid class ship. and no ship can be equipped with more than one. As it chooses, it's another way to see what your opponents are doing. If maybe they move before you and then your move comes up and you need that extra 1 or -1 to get into position to fire or get out of their fire arc. As it chooses in that situations, the fact that you lose your action for the round kind of sucks, but at the same time, depending on how you're using it, it may be saving you anyway. For the rest of the expansion, we have our 5 shield tokens. We have our auxiliary power and critical token. We have target lock Z2 this time. Evasive, scan, and battle stations tokens. We have our additional rules card for the Admiral, as well as our fleet and Admiral tokens. And being that this was a prize ship, didn't come with a mission this time. Ship itself is the same model that we got for the Voyager, except this time around it's molded in that silver metallic plastic instead of the bluish gray. Same stuff they used for the NX-01 and a couple of more recent ships like the Thunderchild. Has a little bit more detail in the painting, like here on the deflector array. Lots of Aztecing panels and things on here that you can paint, and anybody with some skill can definitely do all sorts of things with this one. I see a lot of people repainting this one to use as the Voyager with the ablative armor up, just because of the metallic finish on it. There we have our base for the Bellerophon, 90-degree front arc, 90-degree rear arc, and the generic Intrepid-class with the same. Overall, it's a pretty good ship. I've kind of always liked the Intrepid as far as the Federation ships go. I used Voyager quite a bit. The maneuver dial is a little weird on this one. Not having that one forward just seems out of place. Definitely some interesting stuff. They kind of threw in the random Section 31 stuff, which fits with the ship from the episode it's from, but still seems kind of weird at the same time. Not too set on the tri-cobalt device, but the other upgrades are alright. The Admiral can definitely be useful in certain situations. Then of course the named ability on the ship is very reminiscent of the force field resource that we got from the same OP that this came from. All in all, it's a solid addition to a Federation fleet though. Always nice to have another decent ship out there. And I think this one ranks right up there in the mid to high range for Federation ships. Lots of upgrade slots to customize it and pretty much build it however you want to. Anyway, that's it for this one, and we'll see you in the next video.